would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Colorado Buffaloes, Boulder, Colorado. As we'll see, the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Colorado Buffaloes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Buffaloes will kick it away to start. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Nebraska's offense takes the field for the first time today. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling, the temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. On the ground, it's Hawkins. Slips one guy, and now he's loose. There he goes to the right. Inside the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Husker. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Colorado Buffaloes offense will go to work for the first time today. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
The play-action fake. He wants to take the top off. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Makes the catch down the right side. And a big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
And that is a backbreaker if you're the defense, because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in 3rd and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot.
And he's got it inside the 15-yard line.
Well, this quarterback has found a really nice rhythm here on this drive. He just looks dialed in. He's doing a great job in the pre-snap, seeing the safety rotation, and that time saw the one-on-one matchup to take a shot, and he hit it. He's in a really, really nice groove right now.
The Buffaloes have their offense in high gear. Just going to keep it after the snap. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Buffaloes!
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Hold and fire complete. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. What can they pull out of the playbook here on 2nd and long from the 17? Looking to fire. Quick completion on the out. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
That's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The Huskers will send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. And the offense has a long field in front of them as the ball is marked down at the 10.
This punter is such a weapon, and because he's able to get that ball down deep in his opponent's territory, that really helps out the defense. You're now forcing the opponent to drive the field to score points.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's in open space downfield. There he goes. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. And the Buffaloes come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Coming out on first down with the play fake. It's complete to the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. Moves away as he feels pressure. Going to try to get it himself. Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds, a yard short at the 49. And the Buffaloes come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Off the RPO, complete. He did not make it. A stone wall on 3rd down. And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. The Buffaloes just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. They'll send the back in motion. Caught in the backfield. It's high. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. It's been punch, counter punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Just keeps slinging it. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. This quarterback part of their running game. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Buffaloes trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2. Quarterback making adjustments. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They'll come to the line just 1 yard shy of the goal line on 3rd down. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Rides the back on the option, the give. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. They get to him as he throws. Got a man in the middle. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
And those long shots, man, I tell you what, it takes a little bit longer to develop. So as a quarterback, you know you got to buy a little bit of time. Mad respect, man. Hanging in there, knowing he's going to get hit, but still making the big play down the field.
He's got him. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line gets set, 1st down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Blasted as he lets it go. He's got the tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They need the 40 to convert here on 3rd down. They want to throw it. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down. And the Huskers decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
With the catch, it's Durant. At the 45 on his way. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffs!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They scored fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there.
Here with an update. Michigan State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. Sparty has picked itself up off the canvas before, and this group is capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7.
Oh, he's got some space. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. The Cornhuskers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looking to throw on first down. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. The Huskers will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Back to pass. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. And the Huskers will call on their punt team. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. This has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
And why would they want to stop at this point?
Breaks into the open. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Buffaloes! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Giving up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Snags it on the right. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. That last big play, one that can really jumpstart a drive. It's 1st and 10 from the 47. Thanks to grab. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Double time, hustling to the line to stop the clock. The line to gain here is the 43-yard line, and it's 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. The Cornhuskers send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Motion from the wide receiver. Little touch pass to the receiver. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Complete in the middle. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45. Off play action on first down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
They're dealing with a second and long. Quick pass on the fly motion. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6. And the Buffaloes want to move quickly. Quick release by the QB. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. The Buffaloes come to the line with a new set of downs. Going for it all. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game. Throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's
turning it on. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. And the Buffaloes will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Trying to bull his way in. Touchdown, Colorado. And they take it in for 6 more points. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. It's complete to the right. At midfield, he's got room. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. Whole situation changed after that last big play. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 39. Looking downfield on 1st down. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also because you're trailing in this game and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you've got to throw that one away. Smart decision, but it's a tough decision to make.
And after the big play to start the drive, now 2 straight incompletions, and they need to find a way on 3rd down. Wants to throw again. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You've put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Slings it downfield. Complete to the right. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead. They're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the...
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They haven't executed greatly. They're going to have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They got to...
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. The Huskers will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the knee. That time he took a big shot off of the RPO.
And when you run these run-pass options, you want to take a little bit of time to stick it in that running back's belly, read the defense, get him to suck up, and I'm trying to make those big plays down the field. So I like the aggressive attack off the RPO.
They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing there.
He's got it inside the 30. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to a 27.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up and try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
And the Buffaloes headed quickly to the line. Reads it, fires complete. Touchdown, Bucks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
It's so nice as a quarterback when it's not just your receivers that are dangerous after the catch. How about the yak ability by this tight end? He's a guy that can stretch the field. He can make DBs miss, and he's got speed. He is a generational talent. He's really helping out this offense.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Quickly to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll run play action. They get enough rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20.
And if this offense wants to get back in the football game, it starts up front. Like, they've got to do a better job of protecting their quarterback. A 3rd down and long situation coming up. They'll have another opportunity. They got to keep their quarterback upright.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got an open man. Turns it on down the left side. He's at the touchdown, Cornhuskers. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Grabbed in the backfield. It's Durant. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Buffaloes with the 1st and 10. Got his man downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. He's got it on the run. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Buffaloes! They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Offense in a bunch formation. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Power football with the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks, and you just want to go back.
He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety. After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly. They were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up. These guys offensively.
There he goes. The 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Colorado. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. DB's right up on the receivers. Looking to throw on first down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Bringing it back.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
And the Buffaloes trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. Using his feet. Touchdown, Buffs! And they take it in for 6 more points. You see some confidence over there as they're closing in on a Week 7 win.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And the coverage team able to make the tackle. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Leaves it with the back.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
On third down, he drops to throw. And the pass is incomplete, and there's a penalty flag down, and no big secret why. That receiver was being mauled by the defender.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
Looking to throw on first down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Oh, he's got some space.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If you could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. And the Huskers will line it up on 1st and 10. Give to the running back. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. 2nd down, he'll throw it. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Cornhuskers will line up to punt it away. A high kick trying to pin them deep. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Firmly in control of this game, we'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line getting set on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. That's caught. It's Lang. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Buffaloes want to crank the tempo. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Going to take a shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. Makes the catch at the 30. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they've just got to take accountability. They have to
Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. They might be thinking back-to-back big plays after that last one. 1st and 10 from the 32. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. Got his man. Breaks into the open. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one.